Hello, ma'am. So our project title is Pentesting Symphonous, and my partners are Shubham Manna, 18BC 1176, myself Yashwardhan Singh, 18BLC 1086, and Ritvik Chetreddy, 18BLC 1133. So, ma'am, in this project, we are basically performing information gathering, enumeration, exploitation, and privilege exclusion using Symphonous on a machine. Our main aim is to identify security weakness of system, doing pen testing using various tools, and to perform an attack by WPS and LFI exploits. Now, what is Symphonous? Talking about Symphonous is basically a virtual machine which is extensively used by pen testers present all around the world to focus and gather information about various attacking methods. Now, there are basically six types of Symphonous: Symphonous 1, Symphonous 2, Symphonous 3, Symphonous 4, Symphonous 5, and Symphonous. For our project, we have used Symphonous 1. Now, coming to the methodologies used by ourselves, so we have our project is based on four methodologies: scanning, enumeration, exploiting, and the tools we have used. So the scanning consists of NetDiscover, Nmap, and Metasploit. Enumeration part consists of server message block, that is SMB, WPS scan, and SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. And exploiting part consists of uh, LFI, local file inclusion, RCE, remote code execution, and RFI, remote file execution. And the tools which we have used for our project is Telnet and Sursploit. Now, Shubham Manna and Ritvik will be briefing you and showing you the live demonstration of. Over to you, Shubham.
Hello, ma'am. Now I would be uh, demonstrating the whole walkthrough of this Symphonous. So initially we need to go to Valnhub site and install Symphonous 1. Symphonous 1. So from here we can install the Symphonous 1. We can see the files. After downloading, uh, we go to our virtual machine. Then we can see there is one VM running. This is the Symphonous 1 machine. It is running here. We can see that it is running. So we'll leave it as it is. Then we'll go to our Kali Linux and run it. I've already run it. So we'll be now beginning the whole procedure. So first of all, I check my IP address. It is this one, and I'll keep a note of it. So in the very beginning, we'll use the netdiscover command to see what all devices are in the same network with the Kali Linux. So I'll use netdiscover, and it will scan the all the possible devices. Here we can see there is one system technique, this uh, device, which probably is the Symphonous machine. So we already tested that it is Symphonous machine. So we'll skip the net discover as of now. Now we need to nmap this device using this IP address to verify that it is uh, whether it is Symphonous one or not, and what all are the services and OS it is using. So we are using the nmap command, and we'll write the IP address of this machine. So we can see the nmap is starting. Yeah, so here we can see that the name of the machine is Symphonous, and all those information. Uh, DNS is the of the host is Symphonous local domain, and Linux type OS it is. Then we will now, since we have verified this is a Symphonous machine and we have got the IP address. Now we'll perform a network enumeration using enum for Linux, which is capable of discovering the following, such as password policies on a target, uh, the operating system of a remote target, etc. So we'll be using enum for Linux command, and provide the IP address of the Symphonos, which is this. We get a lot of information here. Uh, the most important information is the folders available in this uh, machine. We can see there are Helios and Anonymous. These are the two folders. So since we are trying to get into the machine, getting the whole access through this machine, only way is to get to the machine is through some vulnerable folders. So first of all, we will try and see what all uh, folders we can exploit or something. So we'll be checking that which folder has what all permissions. So for that, we will be using SMAP tool. So SMB map D work group, which says that the Symphonos is connected to the same network. It is one work group, same as the Kali Linux. Then we will be giving our IP address, I mean the Symphonos IP address, and it will detect what all folders it has and what all permission this has. So we can see that print $, this is the printer drivers folder, and this is the IP service folder. There must be no such information in these folders. The main folders which are worth noting are Helios and Anonymous. And out of these, Anonymous is read only. So, and Helios, we don't have access to this. So we will try opening this Anonymous and see what all is inside it. So we'll use SMB client again. SMB client. Then we'll write the IP address of the machine in the network. And then we'll give the folder name in that machine. Since this is asking the root's password, it's actually asking the password to open this anonymous folder, but it is already read only, so we don't need to give any password. We'll simply write enter. Now you can see that SMB has access to this folder, and we can use the SMB commands to check what all is inside this folder. So we give ls. We see that there is a attention.txt file. To open it, we use more command. More in SMB is used to open any text file, like cat command in normal Kali Linux. Attention.txt will open it. Here we see that there is a message for us for once when testing it. So this the main thing we see is there are three keywords which can be a possible password for anything that we need to find out. We'll make a note of it. We'll keep these passwords and we'll try what to do now. So after this, since we have our VM already running and the user is Helios, we'll try using these passwords if these are running or not. So one by one, I'm trying to do this. Login is in. These passwords are not of the machine, so if we remember that there were two folders along with Anonymous, there was one more folder called Helios. So this may be the password of this Helios folder. So we'll try it out. So we'll do the SMB client again. Since it is a password protected folder, we need to specify the user who is authorized. So the user name is Helios. So we try to do this and run the command again. Type the password. Now we can see that using the QWERTY password, we are able to enter this folder called Helios. Now we will check the contents of this folder. There are two files, research.txt and todo.txt. We'll quickly see the contents of these. In this research.txt, there is a certain paragraph. There is no such information that we need to take care of. So we'll just keep it aside and check what is there inside the todo.txt. .txt. Here we can see that the third point, it is written that work on this thing, Helios written in this manner. So this may be some either this is some folder or maybe some web page extension. So we found that out. We checked out whether it is a folder or not. So we found out that this is a web page. So first of all, we'll go to the main web page of this IP address. So when we go, we can see the Helios theme image, which was available in the Vulnhub website also. So now if we extend this URL to the Helios one, which was mentioned in that todo.txt. If we go here, we'll be able to see one WordPress site. You can see this WordPress site is there. So since it is a WordPress, so there is a possibility of having many vulnerable plugins and vulnerable users as well. So we will now try to WP scan this. First of all, to scan this using WP scan, first of all, we need to add this URL as a host in our hosts folder. So for that, we use nano. Let's say hosts. Here I have already added the IP address and the DNS name. The DNS name, we found it using Nmap also, or else here also we can see if we right click and go to the view page source, we see that in the DNS prefetch it is written that the name symphonous.local. So we write the same here, you can see. Then we'll exit it. Now we'll be using WP scan. First of all, we'll be running the WP scan for enumerating the users. Now the WP scan be running and it will detect few users. Here we can see users identified as admin. There is only one user. And in the previous Nmap, we have seen that only user which is available is Helios. So this admin must be Helios. This we conclude from this thing. Now we will be using this WP scan again and enumerate the possible plugins available in this website. So we give this command. Here we can have you can see WordPress theme is 2019. Now the plugins identified are this Mailmaster and Site Editor. We can go one by one and check the vulnerabilities available in the Mailmaster. For this thing, we will be using search exploit tool. So we'll use this command. Here we can see that there are two exploits available. One is for local file inclusion and one is for SQL injection. On doing this, we find the information of how to use this exploit. It is written that the file inclusion vulnerability allows an attacker to include a file like this. So there are few vulnerable PHP commands as well. We use those also. So the first of all, what will be doing is it is written that we have to load a password file into the server URL. So example is given like that, HTTP server, then this command. So we'll copy this part here. If we give enter, we can see that there's a whole bunch of PHP commands and etc. Paths and all in this. This means that the password payload has been uploaded to this URL. Now what we are trying to do is that now since the password password payload has been injected to this, we'll now try to use user command in the PHP to see if we are able to read the mails of the Helios user. So for this I will change this URL to where /mail/Helios. If I go here, now I can see that I have a bunch of information that from which user the mails were received and at what time. So basically we are into the email of the Helios user, and we can read all the emails and everything. So using this backdoor, now what we'll try to do is we have to inject a malicious PHP code into this Helios mail, and for this we will be using Telnet using SMTP protocol. And now we need to use Telnet to inject the vulnerable PHP code. So then port where the SMTP protocol is running, that is 25. Yeah, we have connected to this this machine via Telnet. Now we'll try to send the malicious PHP code via mail to the user. Then we can see the email is queued as this code. Now we go back to a browser and see if we have received the same mail. So here we can see that SMTP ID is same as this. So this means our message of the email of the malicious PHP code has entered the user's mail log. So what we have to do is we now have to use this malicious PHP code, and using reverse shell we need to execute it and gain the access to the machine. So for this we will be using Metasploit. In this exploit, now we'll see the options available in this. So we can see it is using the payload Python interpreter. We have to change this. We'll check the options. Yeah, everything is changed. Now we'll run the exploit. Yeah, so the exploit has been run, and it is saying that we have to run the following command on the target machine. We have to use this command, and we'll copy till here and add it to the URL to run it. Copy selection. Yeah, and we have to close the brackets properly. After this has been run, we can see in our Kali Linux that a session has been generated. A session is opened. We can see. We'll quickly see what all sessions are there. We can see that this session of this IP address, that is a Symphonous machine, has been initiated. So we'll use this session using this command sessions1, and now we are using this exploit. We are into the shell of the Metasploit, the Symphonous. To quickly check if we have done it correctly, we'll write sysinfo, we can see that the computer is Symphonous and the OS and all this information. So we'll create a shell in this. Now we are using the shell of the Symphonous, but we aren't right now. We aren't able to do all the tasks for performing to take control of all the access over the Symphonous machine. We need to do privilege escalation. Since we can see in ls we only see the php files. Once we have the control of all the directories and everything of the machine, we can open any file we need. So first of all, uh, in the OSCP references, we see a whole method of how to do Linux privilege escalation, and we'll be following that process. So first of all, we need to find the IDs, how to use those in the Symphonous. So for that, we'll in the as mentioned in the OSCP documentation, we'll use this command. It will find all the IDs which can be used to do this privilege escalation. And the one which was mentioned in the documentation was this opt status check. So once we use, we'll try to use this. Now we have this information. This means we don't have the control yet. So we'll be writing a code for this. So first of all, we change the directory. For this, we check the ops status check again. Since it is not showing the previous output again, this means our code is working. And we'll check the ID quickly. And we see the UI is now Helios, and we have the root access and everything. So now we can change the directory to root, and we see what all files are there. And now we have taken the whole command over the Symphonous one machine, and there is one file called proof.txt. We'll quickly open it. Yeah, so after opening this, we have a message from the developer of this machine that we have successfully rooted the Symphonous one. So this is the whole procedure of rooting the Symphonous one. We have used the Linux privilege escalation to get the whole access of the machine. So using this exploit meterpreter, we are actually using the whole machine in using the Kali Linux itself. We can edit, delete, or read any data, or even change the users using this. So this was it.
So finally, we were able to root the Symphonous, and for this we have performed mainly 4 steps. For information gathering, we have done scanning, and then enumeration, and then exploitation, and then by doing privilege escalation, we were successfully able to root the Symphonous. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Stop कर दे recording. Save